And now let's do this experiment. So I'd like y'all to try to pay some attention to what's going on here, because I want to try to describe the crafting order specialization. I call this the crafting order specialization, and it is the if you want to be the kind of crafter who just wants to pop on each day and take a look at work order, take a look at public crafting orders, and be able to make like anything, this is how you do it. So first off, of course, you want to you want to pop onto your profession, start learning stuff. Slowly, you're going to acquire points via daily content, playing the game, killing rares, doing some quests, and you're going to eventually accrue points. 150 points is this is just for testing purposes, and demonstration, because I want to illustrate what it takes in order to be like the kind of crafter who can make, well, anything. And this is just through public orders, not making it for yourself, because that would involve using your own materials, and you're not about that. You're not about using your own materials. You're here to make money off of other people's desires. Okay, so it would behoove you. It would be a very good idea to, as a blacksmith, and I'm going to use blacksmithing as an example. You'd want to learn both. So you want to at least have crafted enough things to know how to make some basic items, and maybe you can start fulfilling some work orders right away for the purpose of getting skill ups and stuff. But here's the path that you basically want to go. I'm not going to be able to like illustrate the order of which that you'd want to learn things, but I'll just show you guys like the end point of it. So let's go with armor smithing, and we'll start small just so I can show you guys like what it is that I'm trying to do here. So as an armor smith, I'm going to put points into this until I can learn a sub spec. Now each point that I put into here makes me a slightly better armor crafter, but that's not too important because that makes you better at making quality, and we don't care about quality, we just care about being able to make things at all. So I'm going to invest into large plate armor, because the idea here is I want to go for like these specific crafts here. So I'm going to just put enough points in. I'm going to put it like 10 points. So that way I can move further down this spec tree, and I want to make shields. So I'm going to learn this sub-spec, apply changes, and now, boom, I learned how to make this, a primal molten defender. So now I can go into the auction house. I can go into the crafting order table thing, or I can just switch over to crafting orders right now. I can run a search, and if anybody in my server is looking for someone to make this primal molten defender, I will see it here, and I'll be able to just fulfill it. I'll see the order. Can't really like show it off here, but I'll see the order. They're providing all the materials, and I just take the money. That's it. And from that, because of how I'm doing this, I'll have like, this will be my first craft. I'll get some bonus spec points and blah, blah, blah. Cool. Now let's do this again. Let's put in another 10 points so I can learn another sub-specialization. So now I can learn another one of these things. Let's learn breastplates, because that's a lot of stats, right? Now I learn how to make this epic primal molten breastplate. The client must provide the spark, the primal chaos, the alloy, and they might provide some other stuff too. That's fine, because I am able to manipulate these things because I specialized for it. Something that I didn't really show you guys is that, as you progress down these trees, you'll be able to customize these sorts of stats. It is possible for you to learn how to make a recipe. Like there's a certain recipe for like a two-handed epic weapon, and you can learn it without learning specializations at all. However, if you try to craft it, you're going to find that these things here are blocked off. You're not able to manipulate these at all. And so you won't be able to work on it. You won't even see it on public crafting orders. So you just won't be able to make it, which is kind of a bummer. However, if you specialize, then you'll be able to do it. So let's keep going. Actually, let's go all the way. By maxing this out, then I'm able to branch out to all three trees. But I'll also basically need to branch out into all of these as well, so that way I can make all of these things. Now, notice that I'm not putting anything into these actual endpoints because I don't have to. All I care about is getting the recipes. Now I'm going to learn some stuff. It's going to learn a bunch of things. So I'm learning all these things, apply it, and then boom, I've learned a whole bunch of these recipes. Go me. And so now you can see that I have all these recipes here. I can make them at a minimum. I can install these reagents. I have no hope of making it at good quality, but I can make it. And now, if there are any crafting orders for any of these recipes, so any recipes that you see here are things that you can make through, via crafting orders if someone was looking for it. So if someone was requesting any of these epic pieces, or even like this low-level leveling thing, or this shield, or this blacksmith tool, it'll pop up and I'll be able to make it. Simple as that. Okay, it doesn't sound very simple, but that's kind of the idea. So in order to create like an armor crafting public order spec, I need 369, 120 points. If I want to do weapons, kind of the same thing. So let's do that. So let's put in the minimum number of points that I need. Put in exactly 20. There we go. So now I can spec into these like a little bit more, but no recipes unlocked. I need to put in enough points to learn both subspecs. So 20 points. So boom, I learned how to make a short blade and learn some more stuff for the sake of this demonstration. Now I learned these like 4 kinds of weapons. Basic weapons, doesn't have any special effects on them, but I can do all these things with them. Now, in the first 2 weeks of the expansion, are you able to get to something like this? Not exactly. So my recommendation would be to go for, I guess as a blacksmith, you'd have to make a choice. Which things do you want to spec for? Eventually, you want to get them all because your goal here is to just be a work order person. Basic stuff. I want to fulfill 5, 10 things, whatever I happen to see each day, or before something expires, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up, and I'm going to help a person out and make a thing for them. 180 spec points will let you make all of the basic epic blacksmithing recipes. Something to keep in mind is that work orders, crafting orders, whatever. If they're about to expire, then they no longer count towards that daily limit. So that's going to do things to player behavior. It's going to mean that crafters who are looking at crafting orders here, they're going to be like, oh, well, I only have let's pretend 5, right? I only have 5 public work orders that I can do right now. I'm going to look for the most profitable shit, the things that actually are going to make me money. Otherwise, forget it. I'm going to ignore it. I'm not going to pick up things that are going to cut into my maximum work orders per day because I'm trying to make that money. So crafters are going to be choosy until they see auctions, until they see crafting orders that are about to expire. If they see things that are about to expire, it's going to be a snipe market. As soon as something's available, they're going to be like, ooh, skill point, boop. And they're going to get, they're not going to give a shit if it's like 1 silver, because for the crafter, it doesn't cost them a damn thing. A damn thing. Sure, I'll pick that up. Ain't no sweat off my back. And in the meantime, the client, they can be kind of picky and choosy too. If they want something now, they're going to whisper someone. If they want something close to now, then they're going to offer a decent commission. Hey, dude, I really want this thing made. I'm going to tip. And it's basically, these commissions are like tips. I'm going to tip 1,000 gold because I want someone to pick this thing up. And I'm like, 1,000 gold? Easy. Boop. Maybe. Could be more. I might see bigger offers. However, if the client is patient, if they're just like, oh, I just want to make some like higher end gems, but I'm about to go to bed. I don't give a shit, dude. I'm gonna put this thing on like a shorter duration, like a 12-hour duration. No big deal. And then I'm just gonna put it out and go to bed. And I'm gonna offer like a silver. And so the longer I put that thing out, someone's going to at least like kind of keep an eye on it, and they're going to be like, oh, maybe I'll pick that thing up later, because it's no sweat off their back. So I think that'll be an interesting way. It's a new approach, and for all we know, it's going to be a fucking disaster. But it sounds really fascinating.